Hello, welcome back to PlayStation Access with me, Dave, and Holly.
Hello.
Who is here to tell us all about Control, which is very exciting, Holly, because basically all I've seen is the trailer at the PlayStation conference. I know nothing apart from it looks amazing, and it's made by Remedy.
Yeah, Remedy are coming back to PlayStation.
You've been behind closed doors, so I'm very excited to hear anything you can tell me.
Yeah, so we actually saw a live gameplay demo. It's still relatively early gameplay, but we did see something. It looked really, really cool. Now, first things first, if you've played Remedy games, you know they're very sort of story-driven.
Yeah.
But they just want to say that with this one, they're definitely adding more gameplay elements to it.
It was definitely a gameplay-heavy trailer.
Yes, and it was. And they were really, really wanting to show that.
Right.
That, yeah, there's going to be a lot more gameplay maybe than what Remedy fans are used to seeing.
Okay.
Just to give it some balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're playing as Jessie.
Okay.
And probably, not through maybe what she wanted. She has found herself to be the new director for the Federal Bureau of Control.
Right, okay, so that's where the title comes from.
Exactly.
Not something that exists that I'm aware of.
Well, I don't think it's for people like us, let's put it that way.
Right, okay.
Reality is being invaded by an enemy called the Hiss.
Right. Strong name.
They're really, really kind of scary.
I was going to say, is there a kind of am I going to be scared?
Well, yeah, because you're like me and we're scared of everything.
Yes, okay.
It's more psychological thriller than horror. It's
Right.
not a horror game.
Okay.
But it's got, because reality is being messed with and screwed,
Yes.
it really gets into your head.
I can see that psychological element, definitely.
Yeah, and that's what
all
it
the
does.
changing rooms and stuff. So the Hiss are invading.
Yes, so they can also take over people's bodies. So like the security guards and stuff that you're fighting are like possessed by the Hiss.
Right,
Which is why
okay.
they've got the movements that they do.
Right.
So now that you are the director of the Federal Bureau of Control,
Yes.
you have some really, really cool powers that have been granted to you for this reason.
Okay.
So the first one is the gun.
Right.
Now you saw in the trailer the gun sort of breaks apart.
Yeah.
And from what I saw in the gameplay, the way that the bits of the gun mold almost changes the type of gun that you have.
Okay.
So she's not carrying like 6 different guns.
Right.
I think this gun
Reformats.
rejigs itself. Its configuration, then it becomes this or
Right.
it becomes
Okay.
that.
That's cool.
That can be upgraded and modded as the game progresses as
Right.
well.
Sure.
And then we've also got your powers.
Yeah.
Now we saw in a trailer, it's like telekinesis. I've likened it to the telekinesis shot from BioShock.
Okay.
Because that's the only other game I really have a strong affinity towards that I play where I'm like, okay, I know how this feels.
Right.
So we saw 2 ways of using it. So we saw shield,
Right.
which is where you are literally grabbing the debris around you and bringing it up in front.
Okay. Yeah.
And this will allow you to be protected from like the bullets from the Hiss and stuff
right.
like that.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
And then we also saw launch,
Right.
which unsurprisingly is you just go whoop.
Nice.
Everything from deaths to fire extinguishers. I think even in the trailer, like, she just rips the clock off the wall and like
Wow.
frisbees it across like into a bad guy and takes them down.
That's amazing. It's very
Yeah.
Darth Vader. That's what I mean, I will
Yes.
be thinking of Jedi and the Force.
This is a lot of us. I've gone BioShock and you've gone Jedi.
Yes.
It is very, very much like that. And again, that can also be modded as the game progresses
Right.
as well.
Okay, that sounds cool.
But you also can find these like artifacts.
Okay.
And these are like the very special items that are sort of hidden in the world.
Yeah.
And when you bind to them, you get extra abilities.
Right.
So at one point we unlocked the ability to like, it's not fly, that's not really the right word, like a hover.
A kind of a float.
Yeah. And you could like, there's like a bridge that you couldn't get over before, but now you could like float over to it.
Right.
And like unlock a path that previously you couldn't get to.
Right. Okay.
And there are lots of these also to collect and find.
And so does it? You might not know, but does it seem like once you have that power, it stays with you for the rest of the game,
Yeah.
or are they kind of like, okay, cool?
It seems like it. Or if not, I suppose you just equip and unequip as you needed.
Got ya.
But they were literally just like, yeah, we've got this power now, and we just go up to this ledge, and it just, the levitation just happens.
I will float everywhere, just so you know.
I mean, I think you, like, got that psychological.
Yeah.
I mean, the bodies were floating.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can do their thing.
Yeah.
So the main game, all of the game actually takes place inside the Federal Bureau of Control. It's like
Okay.
your HQ. But you saw in the trailer, all the blocks were shifting and moving.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is. It makes that HQ a hub.
Right.
So it might be that you're on a certain path. So you've picked up a mission.
Yeah.
And you're on the path down this corridor. but then when you come back, things will have reshifted and like maybe new paths have opened.
Okay.
And maybe because it's such a, you know, a psychological game that you might go down a path and open a door, but then you're not in the building anymore.
This is going to be really, I can see how this is going to be really interesting, and we talked about the psychological elements of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of games you get to know the map or whatever, you remember your way back to somewhere.
Yeah.
If you're coming back and it's all changed, that's going to be very interesting, and like kind of second guessing yourself and never knowing what's around a corner anymore because
Exactly.
you haven't been there before.
Exactly, and that also makes it quite sandboxy.
Yeah.
Because a couple of paths might open and you'd be like, right, well, I'm going to do this one right now. Even though like maybe the main mission wants me to go this way,
Yeah.
actually I'm going down this path to
Yeah.
see what you find. And there are side quests.
Right, okay.
We were going past like a controlled like test lab.
Yeah.
A bit like the beginning of Prey.
Okay, yeah.
The new Prey.
Right, yeah.
And like there's just a person like stuck in one of these rooms. Like, and for some reason he's not allowed to like take his eyes off this like fridge.
Okay.
And he's like, oh my God, there's somebody here. Like, can you help me? Can you help me? That I can't leave. Like, I can't take my eyes off this. You need to help. And you're like, as you're walking away, you're like, I'm really, really sorry. Like, I promise I'll come back. And he's like screaming after you. And
Oh,
that's
no.
a side mission that you could have picked up.
Right, okay.
But we were like, no, we have to keep going. We have to keep going.
Keep looking at the fridge though.
Yeah, like,
So I'll
have
be
a nice
back.
fridge.
Don't let that fridge move.
Have a nice fridge.
Have a nice fridge. Yeah, okay. That's very interesting. Side quests. I wasn't getting that kind of vibe. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they're basically trying to say there's more gameplay here than there has been
Right.
really in previous Remedy games. But story is still key. That is
Yes.
who Remedy are. That is not changing.
Yeah.
It's a third-person action adventure, exactly like you're used to from them.
Well, I really love that they've got the director on the ground. You know, like
Yeah.
kicking some ass.
Oh, definitely.
Herself, because you know it needs to happen. That's
Or
what
the rest
everyone
of the
should lead from the
employees.
front. Well, thank you so much for letting us know what you found out. That has actually filled out quite a lot of blanks for me. It looks like an amazing game. It looks really, really interesting. Like visually stunning. So looking forward to finding out more about that. Although it does sound a bit too scary for me.
We'll play it together with the lights on.
Don't. People will ask for that. Speaking of which, let us know in the comments below what you think of Control, how you think it's shaping up. Like this video if you liked it, and do subscribe so you don't miss anything else from the world of PlayStation.